Hello all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with the MMPC 007. It's totally a new subject. Till now, we covered MMPC 0012, MMPC 006. Yeah, you just revise it. In between any doubts, you can contact us anytime. So it's a new subject, MMPC 007. Today, we will start. Okay, so you just follow us, and it's business communication. Okay, so there is block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4 are there in this subject. So in block 1 there is an introduction to communication, block 2 there is oral communication at work, block 3 is written communication at work, and block 4 is communication in organization. So all about the basic business communication in this subject. So here is content is there. In block 1 there is 4 units, block 2 also there is 4 units, block 3 there is 3 units, and block 4 there is 4 units. So today we will discuss unit 1, basics of communication. Okay, so block 1 it's an introduction to communication. Under this block unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4 are there. So in unit 1 there is basic communication. So one by one we will cover all these units. Okay, so total 15 units are there in this subject. So here is one introduction part of this business communication for learners. So you just go through your Ignou study material and read it if you need, and it will get you will get the basics of and just introduction of this subject. So objectives of this course is to the meaning of communication and the process of communication, the different type of communication, the need and importance of oral communication at workplace, the written communication at work, which include the short and long business correspondence, the communication technique you used for employment, the relationship of technology with communication, and the role of ethics and value in communication. So let's start block 1, introduction to communication, and there is 4 units are there. Unit 1, unit 2 is process of communication, unit 3 is type of communication, and unit 4 is forms of communication at workplace. Okay, so unit 1 is basics of communication. What are the objectives of this chapter? So after studying this unit, you should be able to comprehend the role of business communication in business enterprises, analyze the important dimension of business communication, understand how characters communicate verbally and non-verbally through a case study. And structure of this unit is there is an introduction part, evolution of communication, element of communication, difference between general and business communication, purpose of business communication, profile of an effective communicator, a case study is there, the you attitude is there, important dimension of business communication, use of proper language, 7 C's of communication, summary, keywords, self-assessment questions, and further reading sessions also in this unit. So this is introduction part. In introduction, communication is one of the most essential skill. It is very important to understand the nuance of communication. In this unit we will be discussing how the communication in its present form evolved. We will study the differentiation between general and business communication. We know that communication is important in an organization. While working in a business enterprise, we interact with the superiors, co-workers, and subordinate, converse one or on one or over the intercom or phone, and read and write email, letters, business reports, and proposals. All these activities have one thing in common: the sharing of information. Okay, so no business enterprises or organization can function without communication. Communication is at the center of all business activities. The better our communication skill, the greater our chance of success. Our business acumen and degree can be of little use in a working environment without proper communication. For example, although one may have an excellent academic record, one may not successful in placement interview if one is not able to convey one's concept and idea successfully to interviewers. So most successful entrepreneurs and managers in the world have superb communication skills. So communication skill everywhere is very important, not only in business area but all everywhere where communication is very important. So evolution of communication. Communication is a way to interact with others. It is an integral part of our lives. A proper communication results in proper understanding. Communication techniques have evolved over the years, or say ages, and are a continuous process. In this section we will see as to how communication has evolved with time. Communication is a process which evolves, exchange of interaction or relaying an expression with the help of words or signs. Every day, we come across different focus of communication, be it writing or talking or listening. Cave painting. Since the age, human have been using different ways to communicate. One of the oldest method of communication is cave painting. Cave painting are just not paintings. Instead, they conveyed a specific message, like making the territories, recording major events, etc. Okay. And communication through symbols. Our ancestors had a certain way of communicating through different signs and symbols. Okay, so smoke signals. In early ages, people depend on element to communicate. Smoke signals were one of the form or to transmit a message. That is in the people are living in forest areas. They are using this method to communicate. Carrier pigeon. Okay, in royal families, are most of the royal families in Mughal emperor, they are using pigeons. And after that, the postal system. During ancient time, Egyptian used the courier service to send official orders or decree. In India, China, Rome and Persia too had a organized postal system. The first mailbox system and delivery of paid envelope was started in Paris way back in 1653. And print. Okay, so print communication. First printing press was developed by the German in 1440, and it brought a radical change in the communication process. In the 16th century, newspapers came into existence. Radio. After the print communication technique took a new turn, and wireless power evolved as one of the forms to transmit message. Radio broadcasting started in 1893. Telegraph. Telegraph communication was a revolution in long distance communication. Morse code was developed by Samuel Morse, which was a series of click, tone, and lights to transmit the message. The first telegraph message was sent in 1844. And telephone is there, television is there. These all are common in nowadays. Internet. 1950 saw the emergence of computers, which now has become the major source of communication. Email is there, text messages, social media. All of this method of communication are common nowadays. So activities based on this section, you just try to do it. It will help you for more understanding. And element of communication. What are the element of communication? In activity 1, you have listed 3 modes of communication which you frequently use. Now assess that whenever you communicate, whether it was effective or it relayed a proper or appropriate message or not. The answer would probably be no. This is where we need to understand the meaning of communication and what are the different elements which can make communication effective. Definition. Communication as a word has been derived from the Latin word communicationis, which means to share. To define communication, it can be said that it is an act of purposefully and actively exchanging information between two or more people to send or receive a message through a shared system of signs and symbols. Okay, the basic element of communication are source, message, channel, receiver, environment, context, inference are there. These are the basic communication elements. Next is difference between general and business communication. We now know that communication deals with the transfer of information from one person to the other, and when we talk about business communication, it relates with the business related areas or topics. It is derived from general communication related to business activities. General communication deals with the day to day or general topic which may or may not be specific in nature. The difference between the two lies in the nature of the communication. So one table is here, business communication versus general communication. So differences are there. What is business communication, what is general communication? It uses specific format for communication, business communication, and in general communication it uses varied format for communication. Category. It is usually formal in nature and it involves personal touch. extent or reach. It usually is a practical and unbiased. It can be vast and can be fictitious and based at time. And demonstration or presentation, it specifically follow the norms and procedure of the organization. And in general communication, it is informal and different methods can be used. Aim or intention, it focuses on the aim of the organization. It does not have a focus. And kind or nature or pattern, it is official in nature and it is personal in nature. That is in general communication. Feedback, this requires feedback, and feedback may not be important. And activity 2 is here for based on this section. You just try to do it. Next section is purpose of business communication. What are the purpose of this business communication? Business communication plays a key role in a business enterprises or industry. All managerial or administrative activities involve communication, be it planning or organizing, recruiting, coordinating, or decision making. Communication serves as a means to measure the success or growth of an organization. Participation in the communication process involves developing skills in collecting and organizing information, analyzing and evaluating facts, appreciating the difference between facts and inference, and communicating effectively. Communication is successful only when the purpose is fulfilled. The purpose of communication may be to inform, persuade, or motivate a desired action in each situation or case. There is a positive change intended to be brought out in audience or listener or the receiver of the communication, a change of attitude or perception or belief in the target audience in a desired manner. So in the ultimate analysis, all business communication is manipulating, purposive, and goal directed. Therefore, the measure of communication effectiveness depends on the extent to which the final goal is achieved. Okay, so this is about today's section. Next subsection we will discuss on next video, that is profile of an effective communication, that is a case study. Okay, so this is about just introduction of this subject, and unit 1 already we started. In between any doubts, you just contact us anytime, and for more MBA videos, you just do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you for your support.
i-tutor Academy presents Ignou Mba complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 21785.